And from there, draw 90-degree line upwards connecting to the parallel curve up on top. So this corner should be 90-degree angle. Okay, so this would be your collar. Now if you you'll be sewing only these two raw edges together at 1/4 inch seam allowance. And as you sew, you can just pin it if it's easier for you. As you sew, the center back notch of the ball and now I'm come to the this would be the inside. There's the wrong side of the garment. So this is how it looks from the front, and this is how it would look from the back. And this is a half collar. You can have it full, that is covering the whole neck, and you can have a button stand, which we'll be discussing in my upcoming videos. And this shape can be anything. I've just given a U neck here. You can have a V or a sweetheart neck, or whatever you want to. Thank you for watching this video. In the next series of videos, I'll show you different kinds of necklines and how to finish them. And if you like my videos, please do like, share and subscribe. Thank you.